Tonight's top stories, the Pope's Easter Sunday message, his prayers for peace, and a warning about our future. Striking New Jersey teachers decided they'll ignore a court order forcing them back to work in the morning. And stop snoring forever, a simple new cure that will let you sleep in silence.
It's time for News 2.
Prayers and parades, along with tributes and tears, as Christians around the world celebrate Easter Sunday. Good evening, everybody. I'm Vince DeMentri.
And I'm Dana Adams. Pope John Paul II delivered a powerful Easter message in St. Peter's Square.
There is Lord and Savior of the world. Felices Pascuas. He
prayed for peace and warned about what he called the seeds of death being sown around the world. Looking to the new millennium, the pontiff urged people not to repeat the tragic mistakes of the 20th century. He made special mention of the Middle East and Jerusalem. The Pope looked weary and appeared to lose his balance at one point, but he continued with his message, which was broadcast live to 65 countries.
In Jerusalem, thousands gathered for Mass at the ancient Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The building stands on the site where Christians believe Jesus was buried and resurrected. Israeli officials heightened security in the area because of terrorist threats, but no problems were reported.
And a light-hearted traditional Easter celebration. Thousands of New Yorkers marched on Fifth Avenue for the annual Easter parade, wearing some of the silliest hats imaginable.
The parade followed Mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral. And thousands came from around the world to hear the Cardinal's Easter message. News 2 reporter Molly Falconer has the details.
The line stretched down the street as people started showing up shortly after dawn. Thousands waited, but there was no getting in unless you had a ticket drawn in a special lottery.
Nothing like St. Patrick's.
John Cardinal O'Connor addressed worshipers with a message of peace and hope and made only a passing reference to recent political developments like the peace accord in Northern Ireland.
Now we enter into the sacred mysteries, magnificent culmination of all of the beautiful symbolic events that have taken place throughout the course of this week.
His sentiments were echoed by those in the crowd.
It's a great Easter of hope, it really is.
On her first visit here, Sister Raymond from Staten Island hoped for the same.
Peace in the world, and especially in Ireland.
I hope there's a rebirth in peace, but you never know with the English.
People from around the world or from right around the corner here in Manhattan streamed into St. Patrick's. Usually the cathedral holds 2,500 today. It held more than 4,000. The Cardinal also said a special prayer for those with AIDS and urged compassion for the poor.
Let us go in peace. Alleluia.
At St. Patrick's Cathedral, Molly Falconer, News 2.
Easter Mass held special meeting today for tornado victims in Alabama who celebrated the miracle of their own survival. A huge crowd gathered in front of the Open Door Baptist Church in Birmingham for a sunrise Mass. They held services in the parking lot because the church was destroyed by Wednesday's tornado. 69 people were inside the church at the time, but incredibly, no one was seriously hurt. They huddled inside a hallway, about the only thing left standing.
We are not here today to put on a show. We're not here today to focus our eyes really upon the destruction that lies all around us. We're here today to be healed from that. We're here today to have a new beginning.
The tornado killed 33 people, but the pastor said the message of Easter is life, and everyone should be grateful that more people weren't killed.
Tonight, it's a waiting game for students and striking teachers in Paterson, New Jersey. A judge has ordered the teachers back to work in the morning, but they may not show up. News 2 reporter Sukanya Krishnan is now live in Paterson with the very latest on talks.
Vince, the big question still remains tonight for thousands of students in Paterson, New Jersey. Will their teachers return back to work tomorrow morning? We're live outside the union headquarters, and right now the answer is we still don't know. Tonight, the teachers union and the school district have been negotiating behind closed doors since 6:30 tonight at the Radisson Hotel in Fairfield, New Jersey. They're evaluating a fact-finder's report before the teachers union decides on whether they're going to walk out. I spoke with one of the union members, and this is what he had to say.
Always hopeful. We're praying for that.
Is the fact-finder's report going to be really crucial in doing something about this?
I can't answer that. I haven't seen it.
The teachers union and the school have been head-to-head for months trying to nail down a deal. This past Wednesday, teachers walked out on the job, and on Thursday, striking teachers were ordered to go back to work by a court order. Now, the state judge told the teachers union that they must report to work on Monday and that a strike is illegal under state law. But whether they go back to class tomorrow still remains to be seen. Now, negotiations are expected to work throughout the night. We did get word that some deal might happen between 5 and 6 in the morning, but that is still uncertain. But both sides will report in front of the judge at 9 o'clock tomorrow, no matter what happens. Reporting live in Paterson, New Jersey, I'm Sukanya Krishnan, News 2.
Thank you, Sukanya. There was some violence at the International Auto Show at the Javits Center earlier today. 3 men were stabbed in a fight that broke out by the BMW booth. Tonight, they're all reported to be in stable condition. So far, there's no word on what started that fight. Dan?
A woman who was struck by bricks from a crumbling building has died. Li Ting-Wen was hit by a 5-foot chunk of a brick facade that collapsed on the Lower East Side on Thursday. The building is 90 years old, and it's possible the wall was weakened by high winds and heavy rain that day. Wen is the second New Yorker in 4 months to be killed by debris falling from a building. Apartments and offices are destroyed in a spectacular fire in Lower Manhattan. Flames poured out of the 5th floor window of a building on William Street. It took 200 firefighters to get the fire under control. 13 of them suffered smoke inhalation and minor injuries. No one inside the building was hurt, but 4 people who lived on the 4th floor now have to stay in temporary shelters. Investigators don't know yet what caused that fire.
Disabled drivers may soon be behind the wheel of New York City taxis. The city's approved a pilot program to let paraplegics drive specially equipped cabs. They'll have hand controls to operate the brake and the gas pedal. The program starts this Thursday with just 2 cabs, but the goal is to expand, helping paraplegics become self-sufficient so that one day they can buy their own taxi medallions. Some highway toll booths in New Jersey will soon have video cameras to watch you as you drive through. The cameras will videotape drivers as they drop coins in the basket to try to catch people who don't pay. The video equipment is part of the $500 million Easy Pass electronic toll system. Cameras will be used on the Garden State Parkway and at exit 6 and 17 of the New Jersey Turnpike.
When we come back, armed and dangerous, a mom is accused of breaking her son out of jail. Wait till you see how she did it.
And don't go to sleep till you hear this, a new way to stop snoring forever. We've got the information you need to know about.
Then find out about the diets of the stars. We'll dish out their recipes for eating healthy. Stay with us.
There's a deadly end to a prison escape led by an inmate's mother. The convicted armed robber crashed into a car and killed its driver while trying to outrun police today in Fort Lauderdale. Jay Siegler was arrested soon after that crash. There he is. He broke out of a South Florida prison yesterday, apparently with the help of his mother. Straight out of Hollywood. Police say Sandra Siegler got a friend to drive a stolen semi-truck through 4 prison fences. The driver fired a shotgun at guards and took off in a stolen car with the Sieglers.
They got to the fence area where apparently it was already pre-planned, where Jay Siegler was standing, and that's when the escape took place.
Police arrested Sandra Siegler and 2 accomplices yesterday.
Another prison escapee is blamed for an explosive ambush on sheriff's deputies in California. Authorities say 46-year-old Robert Earl Olmsted shot a deputy in the back in Sacramento yesterday. Then he reportedly rammed his van, which was filled with pipe bombs, into another deputy's patrol car. Both vehicles burst into flames. Olmsted and the deputies weren't seriously hurt. Police say Olmsted escaped from prison 23 years ago. He's been serving time for shooting and wounding 2 California Highway Patrol officers.
Sportscaster Marv Albert reportedly has several job offers on the table tonight, 6 months after a sex scandal seemingly ended his career. The New York Post reports Albert's negotiating for at least 4 sports anchor jobs, including the Madison Square Garden cable network. You'll remember Albert was fired from MSG and NBC 6 months ago after he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault, for which he got 1 year of a suspended sentence. A former lover accused Albert of sexually assaulting her and biting her on the back.
It could be a dream come true for snorers and the people forced to live with them. There's a new treatment that promises to silence the noise forever, and all it takes is 10 minutes, and it's done right in your doctor's office. News 2 reporter Michael Breen has the story.
What makes this awful sound? It happens when the muscles in your throat become loose, and as you can see here, they vibrate like a reed. There's surgery to tighten those muscles, but it's difficult. Laser treatments are painful and sometimes make the problem worse.
Those developed scar tissue and some more narrowing of the airway because of the procedure.
But this device may cure snoring in just 10 minutes. Here's how, using a turkey breast to simulate the throat. After getting a local painkiller, the prongs are put in your palate and heated with radio waves. The outside of the throat is undamaged, but the inside shrinks and tightens up. There's only one problem with the procedure. It's never been thoroughly tested to find out just how effective it really is. Until now. Rush Presbyterian is following 10 patients in a sleep lab before and after the procedure. This wave shows airflows have increased, and brain wave patterns show patients are getting a deeper sleep. So far in every patient, the procedure has decreased snoring by about 85%.
The snoring rate is down and the volume is down. And they're very much happier campers.
Reporting from Chicago, Dr. Michael Breen, News 2.
Researchers say about 70% of the snorers can be cured with just a single treatment. Good news, a lot of people.
Yeah, especially for the snorer and those who love them. Right. Coming up next on News 2, an Easter parade that you've got to see to believe. We'll give you an up-close look at some of the outrageous antics.
Plus, the inside scoop on what the stars eat to stay healthy.
And another beautiful spring day, but what's in store for tomorrow? Mark Dannon's going to come and tell us when he brings us the exclusive SkyTac 2 forecast.
From the unusual to the totally outrageous, New York's annual Easter Parade was a celebration of wacky and tacky headwear. News 2 reporter Morry Albert gives us an eye-opening look.
You know what they say about the more things change, the more they stay the same. Every time, this time of year, they line both sides of Fifth Avenue. They wait in anticipation of
marching bands, hopefully.
People from Cleveland.
Is there really a parade coming? Because we've been waiting since 9:30.
The first Easter parade?
Right.
Of course, if you live here, you know the parade drill. You live in New York, though, now, right?
Yes, I'm living in New York City.
Tribute to Mexico, though, huh?
Yes.
In your Easter bonnet.
That's right. It's the hats, silly. Some beautiful bonnets.
You'll be
Is that homegrown?
Yes, I make myself.
Very nice.
Thank you.
But some other downright silly bonnets. And by noontime, the crowds are downright Titanic, and you know where this is going.
The fantasy voyage home, the welcome that the Titanic never got.
Think you're the only one here with the Titanic hat?
You know, I have a feeling there might be another one.
But you said to yourself, it's got to be Titanic this year?
Got to be. And he's got to be the iceberg.
on the avenue, Fifth Avenue. The photographers will snap you. And
now you see why Macy's pays singers for its parade. But that's the beauty of this one.
Everybody participates. That's what makes it so special.
It was hard work.
For some parents, it's year after year of hard work.
My sister was in the parade about 4 years ago. That was Bridget. This is Dakota. The girl.
But seriously.
Happy Easter.
Or as they say in Queens.
Happy Easter.
So that's what it's all about. But then you knew that. It's just those tourists that have a problem.
Oh, it's definitely worth it. It was definitely, but I don't understand why.
Morry Albert, News 2.
Surprise, surprise.
Only in New York, friends. Only in New York. Well, what a beautiful day. You just could not beat it with a stick. I was out earlier tonight. You know, people were really friendly. Everybody walking by. Happy Easter.
Oh, yeah. Put you in a good mood. Good weather is a good thing. Right, Mark Dannon?
Will it continue, Mark?
That's right. Even more bonnet weather in the forecast for tomorrow. Tonight we have moonlit skies, clear skies out there across the region. A little bit on the cool side. And another round of very cold temperatures tonight. In fact, we're even talking about frost in the outlying suburbs, especially north and west of the city. What exactly is going on? We've had high pressure dominating our weather throughout the entire weekend, and we are going to squeeze out close to 48 more hours of nice weather with this high pressure sitting just to our south. So look for sunshine for your Monday. Going to get that sunshine into start Tuesday with increasing clouds late in the day. There goes our fair weather offshore, and in comes the next storm by Wednesday. It looks like late Tuesday night and through the first half of Wednesday, we will see rain showers with the system. That pushes out, and it looks like sunny skies after that until the next little system comes in on Friday. So Monday and Tuesday, we're looking for smooth sailing across the tri-state area. Your forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies, a full moon out there, low temperature down to 44 in the city. But when you have those clear skies, you get all the heat escaping from the earth, and that means very cold temperatures to the north and west, down in the upper 20s, the mid-30s, Long Island and coastal Connecticut, and that frost in the outlying areas, especially north and west. For tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, even warmer than today. Highs getting up to the mid-60s, except on the south-facing shoreline. South Shore, Long Island, southern Connecticut, going to look for problems with cooler air courtesy of cooler water temperatures, so it'll stay in the low to mid-60s there. But 66 the high in the city tomorrow. National weather for your Monday. Look for rain showers in Chicago and Seattle. The rest of the country looks fairly nice. 5-day forecast, 66 Monday, followed by 63 increasing clouds, late night showers Tuesday. Look for spatter rain on Wednesday, clearing out on Thursday, staying in the 60s. More rain showers in the forecast for Friday. But in the meantime, we got smooth sailing and a sunny start to the week ahead. Dana, Vince?
All in all, not bad. Thanks very much, Mark. A Heavenly Romance is tops at the box office this Easter weekend. City of Angels comes in at #1, taking in $16.1 million. Nicolas Cage is an angel who falls in love with heart surgeon Meg Ryan. City of Angels knocked Lost in Space down to #2 at the box office, followed by, of course, what else? Titanic, which was #1 for 15 weeks. Rounding out the top 5, Species and The Players Club.
Well, how would you like to look like a movie star? Getting in shape is one key, and tonight's entertainment report, Vogue magazine's Kimberly Ryan has the dish on the diets of the stars.
It's almost bikini season, and everybody's starting to think about that 4-letter word, diet. But stars always have to worry about what they eat.
Now or never. It's the star diet.
And if you want to try a star-inspired diet, Nikki Haskell's book is the one to buy. Not only does she offer a 7-day diet plan for quick weight loss, she's a chapter on recipes from restaurants and stars, including Paul Newman's Chicken Creole, and that's under 400 calories. And then there are the not-so-dietetic recipes.
We have Suzanne Plachette's mousse, which is absolutely fabulous, which she recommends that you run up and down 14 flights of steps in between courses at her house.
Oh, great. And party man extraordinaire Donald Trump stopped by Nikki's fete at Borders Books the other night and told us how he tries to avoid those evil calorie-filled nibbles.
Well, you try and stay away. I wish I could do a little bit better. I'm not great at staying away, but I'm getting better as I grow older. I have no choice.
And even the most perfectly formed individuals have to watch what they eat. Species 2 superstar Natasha Henstridge finds it difficult to keep her insanely fabulous body in shape while on set.
Oh, my fabulous body. In fact, on Species 2, I gained so much weight. It's funny that you said that, because I just kept getting bigger and bigger throughout the movie. Craft service, terrible thing.
But when she's not on the set, Henstridge leads an active life.
When I'm not working, I like to rollerblade a lot, and I love water sports. I like to do outdoor activities more than go to the gym. The gym always sort of depresses me.
And yes, although the former model has great control, she can't resist it all. Natasha admits she's a candy and potato chip fanatic.
I love potato chips. Oh, my God. But in Canada, we have every flavor of potato chips you can imagine.
Right.
Ketchup potato chips. Those are some of my favorite. Dill pickle potato chips.
Delicious. And speaking of pickle cravings, Natasha told us she's pregnant, and she's heading out to the West Coast to find a new place for herself and the baby. I'm Kimberly Ryan, and that's entertainment.
Now, if you have ideas for Kimberly, you can send email to kimryan@cbs2ny.com. You thoroughly enjoyed that segment,
I
didn't
sure
you?
did. Well, you know, I like potato chips.
Yeah, right.
Still ahead tonight on News 2, an out-of-this-world celebration, while the crew aboard Mir is in a real party mood.
And then there's a celebration at the Masters. Gary Apple will let you know who got the green jacket. Good news for New Jersey taxpayers. Chances are most of you won't get audited on your tax returns. A Syracuse University study shows New Jersey has one of the lowest audit rates in the country, less than 1/2%. The bad news, New Jerseyans who do get audited wind up paying more than most taxpayers, an average of more than $27,000.
In our Money Watch tonight, the Dow will open tomorrow at 8994.86. Now it's time to get the latest on the Asian markets, where it's already midday Monday. Bloomberg's Dawn Mattis joins us now from Tokyo.
Japanese stocks are sliding in the first trading session of the week. At mid-morning Monday at the Tokyo Exchange, the Nikkei average is down more than 0.5%. Investors see Japan's recently unveiled tax cut plans as not good enough to revive the economy. But in South Korea, the key stock index is up 0.75%. Major exporters are pacing the gains. Now several of the top stories Bloomberg's working on. Japan's current account surplus surged in February, with its exports to the U.S. continuing to rise. And economic reports due out this week are expected to confirm the U.S. economy ended the first quarter on. This is in Tokyo. I'm Dawn Mattis for News 2.
There is a new master of the masters, and Gary is here with Big Apple Sports. Gary?
All right, Fred Couples, wire to wire is the Masters. No, instead it's 41-year-old Marco Mira who wins it in dramatic fashion. And how about 58-year-old Jack Nicklaus finishing in a tie for 6th, 4 shots back. Jack, a final round 68. He chips in for birdie here at number 3, and then he says, man, I can't believe it. O'Meara trailed Couples and David Duval by a shot heading to 17. Then the magnificent approach, setting up the 7-foot birdie putt at a 3-way tie heading to the final hole. On 18, O'Meara, a 20-footer for the win, and look at the crowd rising in unison, and there it goes, in for the win. O'Meara wins it by a shot over Couples and Duval. It's his first major championship and thus his first green jacket. Tiger, by the way, a final round 70. He was 6 shots back. Were the Knicks robbed in Miami today? No question about it. The referees blew it at the buzzer. Heat over the Knicks 82-81. It came down to this. Knicks down 1, final 4.5 seconds. Chris Mills, no. Oakley, no. And then Allen Houston, it's good, but the referees say it came after the buzzer. Jeff Van Gundy livid, and for good reason. Watch carefully here. Keep an eye on the red light behind the basket. If the light is not on when the ball is out of Houston's hands, then the Knicks should win. And you can clearly see here there's no light on and the ball is in the air. Thus, it finally comes on and the ball goes in. Bad call here. It should have counted. The Knicks say they'll protest not the judgment called by the officials, but a malfunction in the system at the Miami Arena. And you know what? Here they do have a case. Take a look at the red light. It is on while there is still a 1/10 of a second left on the clock. That shouldn't be. And so that could be why the referees blew the call. Here's Jeff Van Gundy.
We all know the implications. You know, this is about trying to make the playoffs. You know, this could obviously have effects. You know, it just seems like we come down here and bad things happen.
And so the Knicks now a half game behind the Nets, who tonight clinched their first playoff berth in 4 years. The Nets beat Toronto 116-109. It was their 5th consecutive win. And take a look at the passing. Cassell to Douglas to Van Horn. 33 for Keith tonight. The Nets win it by 7. If the playoffs were to begin today, the Nets would take on the Heat, and the Knicks would face Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Make it 5 consecutive wins for the Yankees. They beat the A's 7-5. Yankees trailed 2-1, bottom 5, 2 out, and Tino delivers again. A 2-run double. In comes O'Neal, and in comes Bernie. Hit it, Bernie, and he is safe at home. Bottom 6, Yankees down 5-4, and Williams does it again. The RBI single, Knobloch and Jeter come in. Yanks would never trail again. Top 7, A's looking for the tie. On the sac fly, Chad Curtis coming up throwing. Posada, the great sweeping tag. He gets Jason McDonald. Jason, you're out of there, man. Bottom 7, Strawberry iced it. Darrell, his 3rd homer of the year. And the Yankees win it. They beat the A's 7-5. In Milwaukee, late inning heroics again for the Mets. They beat the Brewers 6-4. Mets racing out to a 4-0 lead. Top 3rd, 1 on. And say goodbye. Butch Husky, his 2nd homer of the year. 4-0 Mets. Brewers came back to tie it at 4 before John Olerud delivered in the 7th with 1 on. Say goodbye. The game-winning homer. A 2-run blast. Mets win. Mets win. Mel Rojas pitching the 8th and the 9th to get his first save of the year. Finally, Devils and Florida. They play to a 5-all tie. New Jersey goalie Martin Brodeur. The punch of the night. Martin in goal. Takes a right to the chin and then winds up. Bam! The right hand. Devils came from 5-3 down to tie it. Brendan Morrison gets the 5-5 goal, and that was the final. That's it. Big Apple Sports for a Sunday night. Vince, Dana, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Gary. Well, they are partied in space tonight. 2 Russian cosmonauts and an American astronaut aboard the Mir are celebrating Cosmonauts Day. It marks the anniversary of Yuri Gagarin's historic flight 37 years ago when he became the first man in space. The 3 men on board Mir talked to their families by satellite links today and even had some banned liquor, cognac, on board, but we don't know if they actually drank it.
Well, by the way they're laughing, I said they probably did. When we come back, look at some of the stories that are going to be making headlines tomorrow.
And Mark Dannon has an update on your wake-up weather. Stay with us.
Here's a look at some of the stories that'll be making headlines tomorrow. Closing arguments begin in the cybersex trial. A Columbia grad student is accused of torturing a woman that he met online. Comedian Dan Aykroyd donates money to the NYPD's Bulletproof Vest campaign. And if you want to be an MTV VJ, they're holding auditions tomorrow in the studio at Broadway at 45th Street.
I guess that disqualifies
I guess
you.
it really does.
It was a gorgeous day today. I guess we have another one on tap tomorrow morning.
That's exactly right. But tomorrow morning, going to be a very cold one. Need the jacket in the morning, 30s and 40s with frost across the region. But then we get up to the mid-60s by the afternoon. So it's lunch outside tomorrow. Next chance of rain, not until Wednesday. Next Monday tomorrow.
Yeah, I wasn't even on the mirror. Jeez.
I mean, you should have been. That's News 2 for this Sunday night. I'm Dana Adams.
Hi, Vince DeMentri. Stay tuned next for NYPD Blue. Have yourself a great week. We'll all see you right here next weekend.
We will. Have a good night.
Good night.